Hello and welcome to this Freedom from Cravings guided meditation. My name is Dr. Paul Ogilvy from LiberationInMind.com. This is the full version of this session. There's also a nighttime sleep version, as well as a 10-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute and 1-minute version of this session. Use this session when you have a craving to unhealthy food or drink. The aim is that by the end of the session, your craving should have gone. Also, using this session helps to reduce cravings in the future. Please see the separate introductory video for information about this guided meditation and the weight loss series. Ideally, watch the video at least once before using this guided meditation so that you know how this session is supposed to work and how it fits in with helping you to lose weight. The link for this introductory video should appear on the screen now, and it's also in the description below this video. If you need any more help or information, please visit LiberationInMind.com. And I hope you enjoy using this Freedom from Cravings guided meditation and that it works well for you. So let's begin. Make yourself comfortable and gently allow your eyes to close. And take a few moments to bring your focus to this present moment. Let go of any thoughts there. Just be in this moment. Breathing in and out. Feeling the rise and fall of your abdomen as you breathe in and out. And feel a sense of kindness towards yourself as you are right now. And perhaps at the moment you have a craving to consume some unhealthy food or drink. And that craving often causes uncomfortable urges and feelings and persuasive thoughts. Or perhaps you don't have a craving right now, but instead practice here in this place of calmness and peace what you would do in those situations when a craving comes up. And don't try to fight or push those thoughts or feelings or urges away, but instead just observe them and perhaps even bring them closer to you so that you can see them and maybe even see through them, and know that you can always watch them in a peaceful and detached way. Those thoughts or feelings or urges are nothing more than patterns in your mind. Patterns that get weaker and change with every time you don't act on them. But for the moment, while those urges or thoughts or feelings are trying to push you or force you or persuade you to consume that unhealthy food or drink. But just observe those urges or thoughts or feelings in a peaceful and detached way. And the more you just observe those urges and thoughts and not identify with them and not fight them, nor push them away, nor act on them, nor listen to them, the more those urges or thoughts or feelings will eventually drift away, sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly, and all on their own. And those urges or thoughts or feelings that come from that craving may feel quite real in the moment, but they are not. They are temporary. They simply come and go, depending on those patterns in your mind. And those thoughts or feelings or urges are like clouds drifting across the sky. And behind those clouds is a blue sky that's forever there. Just like there's part of you that can be in stillness and peace, and observe those thoughts or feelings or urges from that place of stillness, observing them just as they are, not trying to control or change them in any way, but just observing them as they are. And the more you can be in stillness and observe those thoughts or feelings or urges inside you, the more quickly they will drift away, all on their own. And what is interesting to know, that the more you can accept them, the more curious you can be about them, and the more that you come to realize that they are not part of your true self. They are just some patterns in your mind. For whatever reason they are there, it matters less and less why they are there. And what matters more is to be in that pattern of thoughts and not act on them. And this is the key. To be in those patterns of thoughts or urges or feelings and not act on them. And by being in that pattern of thoughts or feelings or urges and not acting on them, you disrupt that pattern. And that craving gets weaker and weaker every time you do that. And despite what those thoughts and feelings and urges want you to do, if you can stay with them, accepting them, observing them, recognizing them, seeing through them, but not acting on them, not judging them, nor trying to control them, but just observing them in a peaceful and detached way. And if those urges or thoughts or feelings get too much, as they sometimes do, come back to this place of stillness and try your best to be in this stillness and not act on those thoughts or feelings or urges. But if, for whatever reason, you do act on them and things don't go the way you want, and you feel you've failed in some way, have a sense of acceptance and forgiveness for yourself, which lessens any downward spiral, and perhaps can even turn it into an upward spiral, as it certainly helps you to be stronger and give it another go the next time. For what matters the most is being able to observe those urges or thoughts or feelings in a peaceful and detached way and not act on them. But don't aim to be perfect all the time. Aim to try to do this most of the time, or even at the start, just some of the time. But as time passes and this practice becomes stronger, eventually those unwanted patterns of urges and thoughts and feelings in your mind get weaker and weaker and have less and less of a hold over you, until one day they are no longer there and no longer bother you at all, because you've disrupted that pattern. And those thoughts and feelings and urges are no longer there. And find comfort in this moment, here in this stillness. And perhaps in real life, in the confusion and the busyness, and sometimes the unfairness of life, it's hard to do the right thing by saying no to that craving. And perhaps at that moment, that sense of stillness or detachment seems so far away. But as a way of finding your way back here, imagine following a light. And imagine that light being here now, helping you to find your way back to that stillness and peace inside you. Let that light guide you. Let that light help you to remember. So in that moment, in real life, instead of thinking about that craving, perhaps instead think about that light. Thinking about that light can give you a sense of direction when things seem overwhelming. That light can make things easier for you and comfort you and guide you, especially at times when you need it the most. And be in that light and let it help you. Let it guide you back to this place of peace inside you. This stillness that is forever there. And when you are there, in this light, observe those urges and thoughts and feelings in a peaceful and detached way, not becoming involved in them, nor trying to judge them, nor control them in any way, and not acting on them, but just observing them as they are, in a peaceful and detached way. And when those urges or thoughts or feelings have drifted away, all on their own, as they always do, enjoy being in this light and this place of stillness and peace. So when you are in a craving, instead of focusing on those urges or thoughts or feelings or temptations or justifications, instead focus your attention on that light and let it comfort you and guide you to that place of stillness and peace inside you. And when you are there, it is easier to observe those thoughts and feelings and urges in a peaceful and detached way. And with time and practice, those patterns in your mind change, so that eventually, one day, you're no longer bothered by those cravings and those urges and thoughts and feelings. And that feels good. So be in that light and be in that stillness and peace. And at any time you want to, you can come back to normal awareness, with being in that light at the forefront of your mind, and taking that with you into the rest of your day. And thank you for listening. I hope you found this guided meditation useful. If you'd like any more help or information, please visit LiberationInMind.com.